Getting interviews at top tech companies is hard. One of the best ways to get your foot in the door is to get a company referral. This is a referral from someone who currently works at the company that you're applying for. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can get them. But first, let's talk about why referrals are important. Referrals help you get in the door at companies. While applying with your resume is a totally valid strategy, some of these companies like Google evaluate hundreds and hundreds of resumes every month. And so it can be hard to stand out. Referrals help you do that. What's important about referrals is making sure that someone at the company can vouch for you. Ideally, this is someone who knows you or can speak to your skill set and experience. But even if not, it's helpful even to have someone in the company who can put your name in the pile to make sure that the recruiter can look at it first. You might think that referrals are actually only important for the interview stage, but they can actually be helpful even later in the hiring decision process. Sometimes the hiring committee at some of these companies like Google will review the candidate's full packet, and they'll include the referrals and what was said about that candidate in their decision. So referrals can be important not only for getting in the door, but even for making sure that you get the actual offer. So now that we know why referrals are important, let's talk about how to get them. The best way to get a referral is simply to find someone who works at the company that you're applying for. Now, while this might not be possible, often people forget that they actually have connections at the company they're applying for. The suggestion here is to do a simple LinkedIn search. There are some advanced search features, and we'll include a link to a blog post that describes how to perform these search features in the description below, where you can actually browse through and find people who have worked at the company that you are applying for. You can browse through both people who have previously worked at the company as well as people who currently work at the company. You might be wondering, why should I look up people who previously worked at the company? Generally, these people know people who are currently working at the company who they can then pass your resume along to, and those people can actually help provide a referral. Now, let's assume that you weren't able to find folks on LinkedIn, or it's been challenging to find people that actually work at that company. There are a variety of other ways that you can employ to make sure that you do an exhaustive search to see if you can find someone to refer you. Go to your school's website or contact your school's counselor to figure out what the Alumni Network website is. Browse through it, and again, do a similar search that you did on LinkedIn, but now on your alumni network. See if you found anyone who works at the company they're applying for or who might know someone who does. If even that doesn't work, try posting publicly. You can post on LinkedIn at a big message and say, hey, I'm looking to work at this company. Does anyone know anyone who works there? Often you'd be surprised at how willing and able people are to help you and to help connect you to someone who works at the company. After you've broadcasted, search LinkedIn and search your alumni network, also try contacting close friends. In this next section, we'll tell you how to actually go about contacting these people and an effective strategy and messaging around it that often works. Let's talk about three main scenarios of how you might ask for a referral and how you should position them. The first might be asking a close connection. This is the easiest. You're asking a friend to help you out and do a favor. You can ask your friend in the manner that you normally would, but just make sure to keep it personal and to be open and honest about what you're looking for. It gets a little trickier when you're talking about a friend who wants to connect you to someone who works at the company that they themselves may have a close connection with, but you don't. In this case, what's important is making it super easy for your friend to pass along a message to the contact that they know at the company. For instance, what I normally do is I would just list out, hey, this is my message, could you pass this along to that person? And you could write out a full message that includes more information about yourself, your resume, what you're looking for, and how you might be willing to help support the person at the company submit a referral on your behalf. The key here is making it as easy as possible for your friend or your close connection to send that request to the person that works at the company you're applying to. Now, the last and maybe hardest category is asking someone who's maybe not even a close connection. This is often what's called a cold email, or you're reaching out directly to someone. And these have a very high rejection rate, but don't get discouraged. What you can do is make sure that every message that you send should be very customized to the person that you're applying to. One thing that's bad about a cold email is if a cold email is applicable to a variety of people, as in you could have sent that cold email to 5 different people, that probably means it wasn't an effective cold email. Every cold email that you send should be very personalized. You should research the person and describe in detail how you have maybe a similar background, connections, and why you think you'd be a really good fit and really excited to work at their company. After you send that request, I would recommend sending it to a few others because often these don't get responded to, and there's maybe less than a 10% response rate on some of these. But they can still be a really, really effective way and can radically change the outcome of your interview if you can get a successful referral. So hopefully this helps you get a referral at the company that you're looking for. I know it may seem daunting, but if you take these steps and try, it actually can yield a lot of success. Referrals seem really hard to get, but with the right strategy, the right approach, and thoughtfulness, you can definitely get in the door at the company that you'd like. After the referral, if you need more interview prep help, of course, check out tryexponent.com, and good luck on your upcoming interviews and interview process.